Welcome to day 17. So today we've got a 30-minute class all about opening up through the shoulders, the chest, that back body. We may need yoga blocks. If you do have them, they can be really helpful in some of the poses that we do today. If you have two, if you don't have yoga blocks, that's totally fine. And if you want to use something similar, then you can use a big chunky book if you have it. So you can grab those now and then I'll meet you back on the mat. Starting in child's pose. So if it's more comfortable for you to bring your knees and your thighs together and then folding over this way, or you can take the knees out wide, keep those toes touching, heels sink down or hips sink down, and then walk those arms out in front, folding over. Just taking this time at the beginning of class just to center ourselves and bring that awareness inward. So closing the eyes and just really start to focus on that breath now. Noticing the rise and fall of your back as you breathe. Slowing things down. And then from here, take a big inhale through the nose. Let it go all the way down into the belly and then all the way up into that back. So feeling those ribs expanding out into the room. And then slow exhale out through the nose. Letting that breath go. Feel the body sink down towards the mat. And again, inhale through the nose. Deep into the belly, all the way into the back. And exhale, release. One more like this, inhaling. Big breath in, see how much air you can get into those lungs. And then long exhale out. From here, I want you to come onto your fingertips. So come onto the fingertips and tent up those hands. Those arms are active now. See if we can lift those forearms and those elbows off the ground. From here, we take a big inhale here and lift the body up slightly. And then as we exhale, keep those hands up, those fingertips active, and then we melt the chest down, opening up through those shoulders. You can even take a little bit of a wiggle. And then again, inhale through the nose, bending into that back, lifting that chest a little bit off the ground. And then exhale, melting the chest down, opening up through those shoulders. Again, you can rock those shoulders a little bit side to side, finding a little bit more space. One more time like this. Inhale. And exhale. And then we'll plant the hands down, rocking all the way forwards to find our tabletop position. So bring those knees in underneath the hips. Tops of the feet pressing down, hands under the shoulders, fingers spread. Rocking forwards and backwards. Just gently warming up into those wrists. Inhale as we come forwards. Exhale as we take it back. And then coming back to that neutral tabletop position. Coming into our cat-cows now, we scoop the belly down, lift the chest, lift the chin, draw those shoulders back. And then as we exhale, press down through those hands, round the spine, looking up towards the belly button. And again, inhale, scoop the belly, lift the chest, lift the chin. And exhale to round the back. Really press down through those hands, finding space between those shoulder blades. Couple more now, moving with the breath. Inhale. And exhale to round. One more time. Inhale, drop the belly. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, broadening out through the collarbones. And exhale, rounding that back, finding space between those vertebrae. Coming back to that neutral tabletop position, moving into our thread the needle. We're going to inhale, reach the right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Open the chest up. And then as exhale, we take that hand and we thread it all the way through that gap, reaching it towards that left-hand side, and then coming onto the outside of that shoulder. Bring the side of the head down. Make sure those hips stay above those knees. And then pressing down through that left hand, twist through that upper back, opening out through that outer shoulder. If you want, you can walk those fingertips up towards the top of the mat. And again, tenting up onto those hands, we can roll that shoulder back, opening a little bit more. Inhaling here. Exhale to stay. And your next inhale, press down through that left hand. We're going to lift all the way back up, reach that right arm up. And exhale, bring that right hand back down. And going through the other side, we inhale, lift the left arm up, open the chest. As we exhale, we're going to thread that hand all the way through, reach it out towards the right as far as we can reach, and then bring the side of the shoulder down. That head comes down, checking in with those hips, making sure they're pulling back, and then using that right hand this time, gently press down into the ground, twist through that upper back a little bit more. And if you want, you can walk the fingertips up towards the top of the mat, tenting that hand up, and feeling like you're rolling that right shoulder back to open that chest a little bit more towards that right hand side. Breathing here, inhale, and exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale, bring that right hand back down in front of the face. We inhale, press down, lift that left arm all the way up, open the chest. And exhale, bringing that hand back down, a tabletop position. Just rock those hips a little bit side to side. Finding that space in those ribs. And then coming back to that tabletop position once more. Coming into our puppy dog pose now. So checking in, make sure that those hips stay directly above our knees. Pressing into the tops of the feet. And then start to walk those hands out in front. And we're going to melt the chest down towards the mat. The forehead may come down first. You want to feel like this opening through the upper back, opening up through the shoulders. It may be more comfortable for you to roll onto the outside blade of your palms, so those palms are facing one another. And if you want a little bit extra, you can take your gaze in between your hands, coming onto your chin. Inhaling here, and exhale to stay. Melting that chest down, inhale, and exhale. Slowly now, take your time, walk those hands all the way back up. And then I want you to take the hips all the way back down towards the heels, find that child's pose once again. Take a little wiggle. You can take your arms down by your sides, palms facing up, and feel that nice rounding in that back. Let those elbows round down towards the ground. And then just gently rocking side to side. Inhale. And exhale. From here, we're going to roll all the way up. So we'll find this kneeling position at the back of the mat in our hero's pose. We're going to inhale, open the arms out wide. Take those arms out wide, open that chest, you can lift the chin. As we then exhale, we're going to cross that right arm over the left, and then bending at the elbows, bring the backs of the forearms together, the backs of the hands. And if you want, you can take an extra wrap and see if you can get those palms to touch, or those fingers to touch that palm. Finding our eagle arms here, we start to feel like we want to press those elbows up towards the ceiling. Those forearms come away from that face. And then we're going to take a little bit of a back bend here. So start to lift the chest, lift the chin up towards the ceiling. See if you can reach those elbows a little higher, like they want to point up towards the ceiling. Inhale. And then as we exhale, we round the spine, bring those elbows down, and find that nice rounding sensation in that back. We inhale, come back up through center, release the arms out wide, spread those arms, find that nice opening through that chest, inhale. Exhale, this time cross the left arm over the right, crossing over at those elbows, bend the elbows, bring the back to the arms together. Or you can take that double wrap, try to get those palms to touch. Finding those eagle arms again. Lift the elbows up, forearms away from the face. And then see if we can take a little bit of a back bend here. Start to lift those elbows up towards the ceiling. Lift the gaze up. Inhale. As we exhale, we then round the spine. Elbows down, rounding that back. Inhale back through center. Open the arms one more time. Big inhale here, open. And then as we exhale, I want you to bring those hands out in front. Find that child's pose once more. And then we're going to come all the way into our downward dog. So plant those hands down, tuck the toes, lift the hips up. Finding that downward facing dog, a little bend in the legs first. So really find that nice long spine, making sure we're not rounding in our back. Pressing down through those hands, walking through the feet. Inhale and exhale. Finding that lovely stretch through the back of the legs. And from here, we're going to inhale, rock all the way forwards, find our high plank position. Squeeze that core, shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, take the hips up and back, downward dog. And again, inhale, we come forwards, high plank. Exhale, take the hips up and back, downward dog. This time we inhale, come forwards, high plank position. Exhale to our chaturanga. We can shift forwards, drop those knees down if we want to, elbows back halfway. Then we lower down onto the belly, untucking the toes. Take those hands to the outsides of the mat, coming onto those fingertips once again. We're going to inhale, press through those hands, start to lift that chest. Finding this variation of a cobra, elbows out wide, lift the chest. As we exhale, we drop the right shoulder down, looking over the left. Find this twist through those shoulders. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, drop the left shoulder down, looking over the right. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, lowering down towards the mat, chin down. Bring those hands just by your ribs. And we're going to come into our upward facing dog. So press into the tops of the feet, press through those hands. See if we can lift the whole body off the mat. Sink those hips down, roll those shoulders back. Upward facing dog. Exhale, squeeze that core, lift the hips up and back. Find our downward facing dog. From here, we're going to inhale, lift the right leg up. As we exhale, step that foot through as close as we can between those hands. Drop the back knee down, and you can shimmy that front foot forwards. Make sure that knee is above that ankle. From here, we're finding this low lunge. Sink those hips down a little bit. You can untuck the back toes. See if we can lift the chest. You can come onto your fingertips. Breathing here. And then from here, I want you to plant that left hand underneath that shoulder and peel the right arm up. Finding this gentle twist. Open that chest towards the right. Staying here, or you can tuck the back toes and lift that back knee up. Inhale and exhale. Drop the back knee down now. Bring that right hand back as we start to shift the weight back. Straighten the front leg, flex the foot, find our half splits. Pulling those toes back, that lovely stretch in the back of the leg. Again, you can stay here or you can plant that left hand down and peel the right arm up, finding that twist once again. Flexing that front foot, feeling that stretch in the outer hip. Inhale. Now as we exhale, look down towards the mat. Shifting forwards, plant the hands, step straight back to our downward dog. Ready for the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, stepping the foot through, big step through, drop the back knee down and tuck the toes. Again, shimmy that front foot forwards if you need to. Knee above the ankle. Sinking those hips down. You can come onto your fingertips, or if you want, you can bring that hand onto that knee. Inhale and exhale. Finding that twist now. Bring that right hand down as we inhale, lift the left arm up. Open that chest towards the left. Either staying here or tuck the back toes and lift that back knee up. Inhale. And exhale. From here, we're going to drop that back knee down, bring the left hand down as well. Straighten the front leg as we shift the weight back, find our half splits. Flex that front foot first. Inhale and exhale. You can stay here or add that twist. We start to lift that left arm up, pulling those toes back. Feel that stretch in that IT band. Inhaling and exhaling. Starting to bring that left hand back down, we shift forwards. Plant those hands, step straight back to our downward facing dog, walking through the feet. And then taking your time now, walk the feet all the way up towards the top of the mat. Nice and slowly, feet hip distance apart, a little bend in the legs, and let that body just hang over. Shake the head, release the neck. Let the arms be heavy. Inhale. And exhale. Rolling up to standing now. Take your time. The head comes up last. Nice and slowly. Once we get there, roll the shoulders up, back and down, palms facing forwards. Inhale here. And exhale to stay. From here, I want you to bring the feet together, toes touch, heels slightly apart. So we're going to come into our chair pose now. So I want you to start to bend into those legs and make sure that you can see those toes above those knees. So you might need to pull those knees back a little bit, those hips go back, squeeze that core. From here, we find those eagle arms again. So we open the arms out wide. Inhaling here. As we exhale, wrap the right arm over that left, bend at the elbows, back to the arms pressed together, or a double wrap, those palms touch. And once again, I want you to start to lift those forearms up. See if you can take a little bit of a back bend here. Squeeze those knees together, inhale. And then exhale, bring those elbows back down. Now from here, we're going to work a little bit on balance. So start to shift the weight onto that right foot and come onto the left toes. See if you can try and keep those arms where they are. I want you to try lifting your left foot and then shooting that left foot all the way to the back of the mat, finding ourselves in a high lunge with those eagle arms. Inhale here, lift those elbows. As we exhale, we slowly release, lift the arms all the way up, finding that high lunge. As we then exhale, I want to straighten that front leg, coming into our pyramid pose now. Hinge at that hip and bring those hands down, folding over. Now, if you do have your yoga blocks, this sometimes can be really nice in this pyramid pose. Just helps you find a little bit of a deeper stretch in the backs of the legs. You can place your hands on the blocks at any height. And that's just going to help you find that nice long spine so you're not rounding over. Inhaling here. And exhale, we can fold. You can stay here or we can start to flex that front foot, lifting those toes, really feeling a stretch through the back of the calf. Inhale and exhale. Next, inhale now, plant that foot back down. You're going to reach those hands towards the top of the mat. Big step up to meet that back foot all the way back towards the top, toes together. We inhale, find a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, we fold once again. Inhale, bending into the legs, sitting into our chair pose, lift the arms. And then exhale, come to standing. Bring the palms at the chest. So we're going to go through that on the other side. So sitting back into our chair pose, bending into the legs, squeeze those knees together. And then from here we inhale, open the arms out wide. As we exhale, cross the left arm over the right. This time, bend the elbows back to the arms together or double wrap, finding those eagle arms. Lift the elbows. Start to lift the chest, lift the chin, finding a little bit of a back bend. And then as we exhale, bring those elbows down, look down towards the mat and start to shift the weight onto your left foot as we start to come onto the right toes. So feeling that support in that left leg now, as we start to lift that right foot up and shoot the leg all the way back with conviction. We inhale, find that high lunge with those eagle arms, nice. As we exhale, release the arms, bring the arms up overhead. Inhaling here. As we exhale, start to straighten the front leg now and folding down into that pyramid on the other side. Again, if you do have those yoga blocks, bringing them underneath the shoulders. Inhaling and exhaling. You can either stay here or playing around with flexing that front foot, lifting those toes up. Keeping that spine nice and long. Inhale and exhale. We then inhale, bend into that front leg, reach those hands out in front, big step up to the top of the mat, toes together. Once we're there, we inhale, halfway lift that back. And exhale, forward fold. Sitting back to our chair, bend into the legs, lift the arms. As we exhale, come to standing, bring the palms at the chest. Nice. From here, coming into our sun salutation A, we inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, we forward fold down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. As we exhale, plant the hands, you can step, hop, make your way back through your chaturanga. Drop those knees down if you want to. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog, your choice. And exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. From here, we're to drop the knees down. Untuck the toes, take the hips back towards the heels, find that child's pose once again. If it feels comfortable for you to take those arms down by the sides, palms facing up, let those shoulders round. And just gently rocking side to side. Inhale. And exhale. From here, slowly we're going to roll up to that hero's pose once more. Start to stand up onto those knees. Make sure the knees are directly underneath our hips, and then we're going to tuck the toes underneath. From here, I want to take your hands just towards that lower back, palms flat, and elbows drawing in, like you want to slide your hands into those jeans pockets. So draw those elbows back, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Core engaged here. Inhale, lifting that chest. As we exhale, just slowly start to rock back, but keep that nice long line from the knees all the way up towards the shoulders. Inhale back through center. Core strong, inhale, and exhale, rocking back. Inhale, come back up through center. This time as we exhale, rock back. I want you to play around, see if you can take one hand down towards that right heel or that left heel. And then you can either stay here or you can take the other hand down towards the other heel. Whether you're one-handed or two hands, you can start to press those hips forward so you feel that opening through the shoulders. In our camel pose here, either staying like this, or if it's okay in the neck, you can let the head fall behind, opening up the throat. Remembering to keep that breath. Pressing those hips forwards. And then to slowly come back out, taking those hips back, bring those hands back towards that lower back, squeeze that core, and we inhale, come back through center. Nice. Untuck the toes, sit back down towards those heels. Gentle twist now. Take that right hand all the way behind, that left hand comes on the outside of that right thigh, and we find a gentle twist through that lower back. Inhaling and exhaling. And again, inhale and exhale. And coming back through center, all the way to the other side, left hand plants behind, right hand to the outside of that thigh. Gently press against that leg to twist through the core. Maybe that gaze can come towards the back of the room. Inhale and exhale. And again, inhale and exhale to twist. Slowly now we unravel, rolling onto the outside of your hip. And then from here, just letting those feet go out to the corners of the mat. Coming into our Shavasana, so if you do want to grab anything to get yourself nice and comfortable, you can take those now. Otherwise, just slowly start to roll down onto your back. Taking your time. Once the head rests, the arms by the sides, palms facing up. Feeling every muscle in the body just completely release and relax. Eyes closed. Let go of the breath. Just slowly start to bring that awareness back to the breath. Gently wiggling the fingers and toes. Slowly bringing movement back into the body. Deepening the breath. And take your time now, rolling over onto whichever side you prefer. Knees into the chest. And when you're ready, coming up to a comfortable seated position. And then once we're there, bringing the palms together at the chest. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears. Roll them back and down. Namaste.